Finally, the new spawn has awoken. What a momentous day. I am honored to welcome you into our world. Spawn, hang on. I am Fate. I am the keeper of world order. Straight to the point? Great. You are in my office, here to work as a Grim Reaper. Welcome to your new job as an overseer of Cosmopolis City Subdivision 4, the Sun County Wine Region. I know what you are thinking, and yes, your assignment is choosing humans who have to die. Pretty. As it is your first day, try to get to know the system and do not destroy the world, yes? Gallows humor, you see? Right, yes. Clear? You misunderstand. The people are already in life-threatening situations. You choose the ones you save, and the ones who you do not. Remember, the fate of the world lies in your hands. Humans march towards the great dying. They always teeter on the precipice, creating endless chaos. We keep humans from falling off. We establish the equilibrium and keep the chaos in check. For that reason, your actions will have consequences. Because someone has to. Come along, I will now show you your workplace. One more thing. This will be your 7-day evaluation period. When the week is done, you will be assessed. 1 week to show us what you are made of, Reaper.
What ho, customer! Welcome to Quartermaster Mortimer's Plunder Emporium. As ye may guess, I am Mortimer, the Mortimer, the one you may have heard of. The famous, nay, infamous Quartermaster. Why, I was the very pirate king of lore, feared across the world. Even as I have grown most humble with age, I still carry within me glory days. The Emporium brims with plunder, I plundered myself. Browse at your will.
Oh, the new Death Spawn. Welcome. How was your first day? Regrettable, but also natural. You do this work for the greater good. Remember, lives are on the line. I see exactly one person perished today, as tasked. Did you figure out the best choice? True, in a general sense. People are complex individuals with hopes, dreams, and dynamic thought patterns, trying their best. Yet all end, eventually. Such is the unfortunate, indisputable, incontrovertible, ironclad law of cosmos. Question: you are to mark the profiles I send you with the marker of death, choosing who lives and who dies. Afterwards, you fax the files back to me. Any specific daily requirements will be noted in the letter. Not that difficult, yes? A new day awaits. Off you go now. How was the second day on the job? You do not seem to be enjoying yourself. No matter. It will pick up. So, did you follow the rules properly? Great. yes, everything looks to be in order. Continue the good work and do not let tough choices get you down. Nope. Rest well. You will need it. See you soon.
Jolly Roger! Again ye honor me tiny abode with your visit.
Grim, my latest spawn. 3 days you have been with us. How do you feel? Probably some of the psychic residue left over from the creation. Making a death is not simplistic alchemy. Now, let me take a look at the files you sent in today. Right. Everything looks to be in order. You have followed the rules and marked the correct amount of profiles. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Lady Poddington. Okay, Grim, about your payment, which I may have forgotten about earlier. Of course, we take our worker satisfaction levels very seriously. The contract stipulates that every death gets a fair salary based on their performance accuracy. Marking profiles correctly is the most important task. If you mark more or less than necessary, errors in secondary tasks will reduce the total, even if the primary task is executed correctly. There really is not much else to say. You may leave. See you tomorrow.
Prepare for a perilous adventure on the ocean of quality merchandising. What ho! How can me humble and not at all adventurous self assist you today? Shiver me timbers, 'tis a tale most sordid. I dare not even recall the details, but since ye wish to hear it, I shall tell it forthwith. There I was, scouting some rickety office building downtown, and I saw this in an elevator. Went in, tore it out and made a run for it. The device has immense power. Ye turn the knob, and infinite pleasant noises come from it. Some might even call it music.
Grim, there you are. Let us be quick. All the profiles are here, just as requested. Although you made an error with my test note, Such inattention is not commendable. I do not fully understand what you are planning to do with these small and trivial acts of rebellion. You are mainly just making it more difficult for yourself. Anyway, I am quite busy tonight, so you can go. Until tomorrow, Grim.
Have ye seen such deals before? 'Tis ye who plunders me.
What a day, Grim. What a day. Let us... Good. I see the correct amount of profiles. today seems to be in order. Anyway, Grim, 5 days you have been with us. How does it feel to make the difficult choices? Perhaps that is for the best. It may keep you connected to the world. But think of the humans. Do you think our office is the appropriate way to deal with them? Perhaps No, never mind. I have not found a way around the tradition, and I have been here a long time. This control over all the lives, unbeknownst to the humans, do you not consider it unethical to make the choices you make? True enough. One must be in charge, the others are there to follow. The office is perennial and venerated. Eons we have spent designing the appropriate methods and strategies. We know what we are doing. Oh, I do apologize for taking up so much of your time. Before you go, are there any questions you would like to ask me? The children. They are a special case, for a different set of departments to deal with. You will not find any yourself. Countless. Myriad. Close enough. Anything else? Absolutely. All living beings have to be processed after the end. No escape. Even plants. Yes, there is a department for plants. Do not ask about the plant department. Anything else? Technically, kind of, I guess. Ruins are like a type of dead. But then again, they often feel so alive. I must ponder. This topic is a bit too abstract for now. Let us table it. Anything else? Oh, not at all. I am, quite so. Humans have some free will, sure. They can make a variety of choices. Yet what matters is that they cannot escape the inevitable. The life-threatening situations that bring them onto your desk are a result of their own deeds and decisions. Then there are some highly complex calculations, factors and aspects that influence the situation. But that is just a bit over your pay grade, so do not worry about it. Anything else? An astute observation. You see, Grim, our office does not operate on information about biological backgrounds or genetic composition. Minimal. Everyone you assess is simply human, after all, excluding any monumental error in normal procedure. The bottom line is that the humans end up on your desk and that you must follow the rules. Anything else? Right, it has been enlightening. I bid you a good night. See you tomorrow.
Good patron, me ship of goods is at your service. Blimey, we scoured nigh every inch for this calendar. Alas, mayhaps we raided too many merchantmen for it. 'Cause turns out, it weren't even on a ship. Still worth it for the annals' work on any year. Filled to the brim with arcane squiggles and short omens between the numbers, and in the footnotes. Also includes the major holidays of 100 different civilizations, and all of the name days. I finally procured it from an old man on the steps of Acropolis.
Ah, Grim. It looks to be a rough day out there. New recruits often falter during dark time. Yet you seem to have performed adequately. How do you feel after such a day? Exactly. You and I are on the same page. We all do what is necessary, even if it makes us suffer. Let us hope these days do not continue. Any idea what happened? Yes, I am. And yes, I do. Yet what use is a reaper who cannot discern the situation from the details in front of them? Your answer would intrigue me, yes? Certainly not good, no. It is as bad as it has ever been. Off you go now, Grim. Good night.
Need ye cures for ailments, or a trinket to ward off a curse?
Welcome, Grim. It is the end of the week. Your performance review draws near. How do you think you have been doing? Interesting. Yes, your answer has been recorded for the psych eval. Now then, before the assessment, let us look over your daily conduct. I see the required profiles are all here. Excellent. This bodes well for the evaluation. I guess it is time to get started. Yes, what about today? Today? Everything seems to be getting better as we speak. Do not worry about it. Fixing the world is a slow process. So, keep at it. As long as you follow the rules, it will all get better. Now, where did I put those papers? Here we go. Right. Looking at these stats, the numbers say your conduct over the 7 days has been most excellent. I am, sincerely, surprised and pleased by your display of loyalty. So much so that the office has deemed you fit for a raise. Of course, we do it for the excitement of paperwork. Speaking of, the raise also comes with a prize. The office is proud to present you with an award of excellence. Display it proudly on your workstation. Do not let this cloud your judgment. You still have much to learn and many rules to follow. One gets used to them, if in the right mindset. Fret not. As such, your 7-day evaluation period has concluded. You have passed. That is all. Until tomorrow, Grim.
I know what you're thinking. I do provide ancient powerful widgets.
Yes, there you are. Good, good. Okay, now, great work today. You fulfilled your tasks adequately, and all that. However, an emergency has occurred which requires my utmost attention, and I must depart for a couple of days. Okay, listen up and keep this to yourself. Some philosophers and researchers are attempting to set up a utopian community for the betterment of humanity. I must investigate their strategies for any flaws. Anyway, while I am gone, another will be in charge. Even though you passed the evaluation, I cannot leave you without any supervision. You will have more freedom, sure, but it is not limitless. Therefore, you will have to continue your daily reports as usual. I will be informed of your progress. Why, you are already acquainted. It will be Lady Portington, of course.
Friend, your visit's like the sun, regular, and warms the room. The base the marble plate of yore. The arms melted from the cannons of a galleon. A socket, a shell of a ferocious sea monster. The shade made from the skull of the beast of Hogward. The coil bent from the thorns of a rose bush in Guyana. I, me drinking buddy, a master electrosmith, built this illuminator. He also loved to spark me drink and laugh gleefully when me whole jaw sizzled. Pranked him right back by knocking his teeth out. Ah, perhaps ye require a delightful gift for a significant friend. Aye, this port offers the best trades in the universe. Ahoy, matey! What can old Mortimer offer ye today? Ever been to the land of dunes, ye scallywag? There be ancient civilizations under the sand sometimes. Once I dug out this particular golden icon. All while I was digging, the bowels of the World Eater rang in my ears. But I persisted. Dug until me fingers cracked. No stopping. Till the riches were secured. Ah, 'tis truly a wondrous thing. Turns your own head into a jackal's, it does. Avast ye! Pursue the finest booty you've ever seen.
Hello? Hello? Lady Poddington, is Grim there? Oh, goodness. Grim, I heard that... I understand the job can be stressful, that these decisions do not come lightly. But you cannot let everybody live. Such actions will have serious consequences, even if you cannot foresee them. That is what I am for. Trust me, it will be for the benefit of everyone. Understood? What? Could you repeat that? All I hear is static. No matter, you know what the job entails, Grim. I implore you to take it seriously. The world needs to stay in equilibrium. I do hope we will not have to repeat this discussion in the future. Think before you act. That is all.
Back from her booty, are ye? Oh, 'tis wondrous marvel. Once upon me and me crew sailed the southern seas and came across an accursed lighthouse. Plundered the lot of it, even the mirrors. Built the frame from beautiful driftwood washed ashore from the ship we rammed into. Covered it in all gold, too, course. Aye, a proper beauty.
Knock, knock. Hello. Kind of you to finally answer. We are the exalted Chimera, envied by all the blind, arrogant fools. We are Angst Ex Nihilo. We are nothing, a despicable failure. We are Elan Vital, the guide who won't lead astray, if only you learn to listen. We are death. How does it feel? You know, dying. You do remember, right? Be seeing you, reader. It's a grim world out there.
have returned. Did you miss me? Oh, who is adorable? Lady Portington? Who is? You are. Of course you are. You are a delightful scamp. Yes, you are. So, okay. Yes. Today is your 2-week performance evaluation. But before that, we must quickly check your daily conduct. Where did I place those papers? Please. Where are you? Ah, here we go. Right. Seems to be correct, or whatever. Let us proceed to the more important evaluation. Grim. How should I put it? In essence, you are a solid and dedicated worker. You play by the book. You do what you are told. There is little to criticize in your conduct, except perhaps for the minor lack of independence. Nothing so grand, but do you really think life is all about following rules? One might expect at least an inkling of rebellion. Does an autonomous personality hide anywhere within your skull? You are dependable, faithful, trusted. Is that all you are content with? Now, obviously, you are to be granted a small bonus. No one can argue you have not earned it. Keep it up. The ultimate evaluation is in 2 weeks.
Yes? Not great. Why are you talking to me? I do? Well, I guess I've got a lot on my mind. Do you know about the butterfly effect? What if I'm that butterfly? Haphazardly fluttering around and then millions of souls perish in anguish. I don't want that on my conscience. I can't handle it. And that's the least of my problems. Last week someone put my stapler in a large jar of strawberry jelly. You're not getting it. I was devastated. And that's still not all of it. Last month I had to work in the dog department. But I love dogs. Does it really? The people in the dog department? Absolute bad apples. I was scared for the afterlife, I was. But you know, before that, someone filled my room with balloons. Oh yes, they do. I have an inkling it's the one they call Lance Thrasher. Yes, and people keep telling me how great Lance Thrasher is. How fun they are to hang out with, how awesome they are, how amazing. How they tell the best jokes and get into the craziest shenanigans. Do you no, Lance Thrasher? No, it can't be. You're in a different office. Frankly, I don't understand what's so special about Lance Thrasher. So, I thought I had to let them know. I walked straight over to Lance and I told them that I don't find them riveting and I don't particularly care about their lame jokes. But then Lance just said, keep it real, and then went on to do a handstand on their desk. Everyone in the office started chanting their name. Lance, 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 Lance. And all those other things. The culprit keeps writing Thrasher was here on everything. So, problem solver, what do you think? What should I do? Right, that's exactly how I feel. But not you. You're a great listener. And that helps a bit, to know that someone cares and understands. Thank you, friend. Now I must head back to work.
Extension. I should have known. Scaffolding of the antediluvian complex. Oh, maybe. An amazing feat, young spawnling. Oh, yes, that is I down in the depths. I am the prime curator of the Abysmal Archive, the archive of all existence. Or the bits I've managed to catalog thus far. Did you know there is a lot of existence? More than you are able to conceive. But never mind all that. I shouldn't disturb you with ancient accounts. As you're talking to one of the archive, I suppose you have numerous questions. Worldly questions. I'm happy to oblige. What is it you wish to learn?
Much could be told. Alas, you're not of the correct conviction to learn it all.
Suffice to say, the archive holds and protects matters concerning the entire cosmos. Young Spawn, your mind is pierced by disorder and volatility. Your personality is unstable and vague, sealed from those around you. Seek out a more balanced ethos, and you may get to peek deeper into the Abysmal Archive. Immeasurable these days. What little you see down in the cellar is but a tiny corner. There's a lot to do. I gather, protect, and curate. It must be kept in order to guarantee optimal research conditions. You see, many archives are also research centers. Others come to examine our files, trying to find interesting new topics. Or they rediscover old themes and ideas. Tons of fun, you know.
We also provide population data for the calculatorium.
Any other questions?
Definitely not.
I wouldn't dare to interfere with the fine-tuned pipeline of profile selection. This is a most dire breach of conduct. I hope there wasn't anything inappropriate on the file. Most terrible.
I hope you dealt with the matter accordingly.
We must be vigilant for these lapses in judgment. A data monger, a reaper, someone grows disillusioned with the structure before them and develops a heart of rebellion. Friend, the box is there for a reason. mere spawns should not defy highest management, for they know what they're doing. We are a complex clockwork whole. If one falls out of line, the whole begins to suffer. The system lags, becomes less efficient, and less accurate. This can lead to a grievous cataclysm, for the world depends on our cohesion. Our most venerable tower of drudgery, where all fortunes get decided. This place in particular, hundreds of years. You think that's not very long, don't you? Yeah, well, we had to relocate. The original place got too cramped due to growing activity. Fate had it commissioned. Found a couple of talented young architects who had just started a new bureau. I think it was called Langenfried. Took some effort to find the perfect spot in Cosmopolis, but the construction went smoothly. Spawn number 1. They're not around anymore, though. Meticulous at first, but grew rather erratic over time, so fate had to fire them. Straight into the sun! Blam! Any other questions?
Efficiently, as far as I can tell. Can I recall the number? I haven't counted for so long. Seems to me it gets bigger all the time, but not all can see all the floors, yes? Floor visibility is restricted by necessity.
Do you have Theta 6-AAA Cerulean clearance? I doubt it.
How many entities are there? All across the cosmos. I reckon there are as many as must be. What would you deem more interesting than managing the intricacies of life and death, eh?
Although wild things happen over at accounting. Beyond belief. When it comes to filing tax forms, you can't even imagine what they get up to.
Any other questions?
I hope you enjoyed our talk. I must return to the archive. I hear it beckon.
But then I heard that it's actually kinda like an infinite void. Literal nothingness. Can you believe it? See, I think it's pretty implausible myself, but who the heck knows?
An enthralling hypothesis. By all accounts, although I also perceive it to be dubious. We're not dealing with science fiction. This is just the afterlife. I imagine it's something rather mundane. I've heard it suggested it might be heterochromia.
A moment, if you will. Don't you, have anything in the archive? I'd be disappointed if we never got to the bottom of this. There's gotta be a way to find out.
It's conceivable. I'll have to search through some of our primordial sources. I'll get back to you if I happen to find anything. For now, seems you have a fresh patron to attend to.
Right. Hey there! You're the new grandma I've heard about. I'm Sari. Welcome to the Cerberus's den. Finally decided to come around, eh? And we're all sad that you did, eh? In any case, what can I get you? Fate's cat. She's an adorable furball, ain't she? Always skulking around in search of mischief. She sneaks down here, too, so I feed her a few morsels. Oh, you must have offended her somehow. She's got a mean streak if you're not deemed up to par. It's nice she keeps Fate company. Fate's archaic, although Xeons might not be good for the, mentality. What else you got in mind? Oh? What did this mysterious entity want? And You following, or what? You're already dead, ain't ya? What's the worst that could happen? Elsewise, truth be told, I'm of little help. I don't know what goes around in the office, I just own the den. What else you got in mind? Heck, were I able to count and name all the folks? You likely haven't fully realized the size of this place. You've got you Reapers in all the myriad departments, the Custodian Legion, the weariless data grinders of the Calculatorium, the abysmal archive with its archivists. Cadaver resources, they're just plain odd, but someone's got to deal with the internal issues. Middle management, nobody knows what they actually do. Higher management, but they don't visit us, basically ever. Same with Fate. Many of the regular workers come by the den though, so keep your eyes and ears open. What else you got in mind? The prime curator of the archive, you mean? They work down in the cellar, below Mortimer. I haven't met anyone so enamored with structure and organizations before, but I guess it comes with the territory. People often feel they're a bit difficult to interact with, given that they can get distracted by the catalog of unfathomable paradigms in their head. All I gotta say is, they're pretty fun. What else you got in mind? Oh, thanks. Mortimer found the original Oinker on an excursion to the Shrouded Zones. It's a bit of a hassle, though. Keeps multiplying all the time. Take your eye off for a second and bam, tiny piglets everywhere. Go on, take one. Just make sure you feed it with some coins once in a while. Sure, what's your poison? What else you got in mind? Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
Shiver me timbers! Ye sure can't get enough of the Emporium!
Good evening, Grim. I hope you are doing well. I forgot to ask you yesterday. How did it feel going through almost a whole week on your own? Just so. Even we cannot stop the constant advance of time. Well, let us quickly go over the usual administrative matters. The papers. You have marked fewer deaths than required. I really hope you would avoid such errors by now. Honestly, this corporate mandate is growing a bit tiresome. Oh well, what must be done? Speaking of, yesterday marked a significant moment in your career. Are you content with your evaluation? Oh, the fancy of my imagination. Take it as a metaphor. This reminds me, have you any questions? It has been a while since we had a personable dialogue. What do you mean? Oh, nothing of the sort. The world, and the people therein, create the situations themselves without our interference. Our data mongers assemble, collate, and examine wide swathes of data, and calculate the parameters for the necessary equilibrium. We do not directly cause deaths, although our choices can modify the structure slightly. In a sense. But this is certainly not a one-to-one sequence of causal links. You should consider, time works a bit differently in here. Anything else? The complexity of time. Imagine that it is not a fixed and stable entity. I am sure you did not think only 15 days have passed since your arrival. Considering the frequency and magnitude of events in your moderately sized region, time is an inconsistent flux. While you rest, days, weeks, months may pass at different intervals. Profiles from diverse moments appear on the same day, interlaced, within a rhizome of time and space stretching beyond mere 4 dimensions. That is why causal links are difficult to establish, and the equilibrium is of unfathomable complexity. Anything else? You are a death spawn. I crafted you out of different materials. The store and places. Anything else? No. I am instead particular to this game called Go. Aesthetically pleasing, less violent and imperialistic. Anything else? Until tomorrow, Grim. My fellow colleague, I have been deliberating a matter. Perhaps you can be of assistance. Should I become a writer? I could write many compelling works of fiction. I am an antique, after all. I have much experience. Cannot be worse than what? What do you have in mind? But I can certainly rise above mere junk. I shall continue my contemplation. But for now, it is time for daily feedback. All the files are in order. Excellent work. You are a testament to meticulousness. Well, off you go now. I must return to my deliberations.
Ahoy! A pleasure to see ye again. Well, scuttle me boat, why don't ye? Clear as a crisp spring morn, I remember the day, in the cave at the bottom of an ocean, but 'twas guarded by a horrendous beast. So, had no choice but to underwater arm wrestle the kraken. All 8 tentacles. Afterwards, I met a hag with crow feet wrinkles on her face, and wrinkled crow faces on her feet. She knew me well, though we had not met before. Gifted me this ominous glow. Maybe 'twas a warning of a kind. Maybe she just fancied me. I did die about a week later.
Deathspawn, I have been ruminating on the humans. They vex me. Why do they exist? Their presence still seems unnecessary. Would it all not be simpler without them? A system of mutual dependence, yet we have some hold on the steer. To put us right out of business, and you out of existence? Would you really trade yourself for them? What a time it would be for us all. A peaceful time. Never mind my ramblings. I acknowledge your patience. And I am all ears, Grim. Such is the nature of loyalty. Ha! Grand! A reaper demanding its due. Unfortunately, you will just have to live with it. Live. See what Where is your sense of humor? Well, I appreciated the discourse. Good night. Oh, right. Slipped my mind. Well, if it is that important to you, it seems you marked more deaths than necessary. Enjoy your reprimand. Now depart. I have things to contemplate. Grim, welcome. Remember when I told you of my idea to become an author? I think I have reached a conclusion. Appreciate it. Now, you might find this shocking. Truly, I have decided to set myself upon the path of grand artistry. I shall compose a novel most illustrious, one that will explain everything. Certainly, once it is finished, you will be the recipient of the first copy of the first printing. Anyway, we have some official business to take care of, yes? The tedium of profiles. Nothing amiss here, as far as I can see. Your adherence to the rules is admirable. Now I bid thee goodbye. The inaugural words of the greatest novel of all time will be engraved tonight.
Batten down the hatches. 'Tis a storm of sails. Tor blimey, you're looting all me wares. Tor blimey, how did this wee monster even get here? 'Tis not really all that valuable plunder. Found a tiny fellow on the riverbanks of Styx itself. A lifeless, adorable thing. Can't imagine it being useful for anything, but sure makes delightful squeaks when ye stroke it.
Why are you here? Oh, right. The daily... Always in positions when I have important research to perform. Let us get on with it. I see more profiles than required. Bad job, I get. Yes, that should suffice, I imagine. Questions, Grim. Fine. I have trouble finding inspiration anyway. Perhaps your questions will assist me. Make sure they are deep and meaningful. No idea. Our immortality precludes us from such knowledge. Yet, I imagine it would be a pleasant release. In that case, at least one only dies once, but more likely, death is just nothingness. And nothing, being nothing, has no inherent positive or negative effects. Any other questions? Not in the sense that humans consider it, no. Grim, that is just stupid. Because they seem to find themselves in life-threatening situations all the time? Life is unpredictable and lacks an innate meaning. I imagine it is up to them to make their lives meaningful. Even if it sometimes ends up being fatal. Any other questions? Unlikely. One must make do with what they have. Art does seem an attempt of immortalization, as humans feel the ever-present breath of death. A hybrid of entertainment, meaning-making, and the preservation of a facet of identity, carved into matter that might outlast the being itself. At least until all matter ceases to be. Any day now. Any other questions? Grand. Goodbye, Grim. The muse beckons.